Hello everyone, Celestial Farm Girl here. I'm here today to do a reading that is probably going to blow the socks off most people, so I just want to give a warning, and I will give a warning. We're going to talk about demons today. One in particular that I have, had problems with throughout my life. Come on, baby. You want up here? That demon's name is Moeleck. Now, like I say, this isn't for the faint of heart. If you're very sensitive or scared easy, but let me tell you, there's nothing to fear, because I'm going to slay that. I'm going to slay. He's already been done. I done did it. But what I want to talk about is what he's been doing and the purpose of him on this earth and this planet and who he works with. Now, I ask God to lead me, through this. So we're going to roll the dice. Now I want to talk about something else. While the moon was in Scorpio, my little puppy Aura died. I had 2 sick puppies as we went into the moon of Scorpio. I'd been nursing them for a week, and I thought, well, I had one through it, and I didn't know the other one was as sick as she was. I didn't have the money to take her to the doctor. And I did the best I could until she passed away. I gave her as much love and care. And the thing is as I was mourning yesterday, and I did mourn because she made me laugh, thinking about how she died in Scorpio moon, which is all about death. It just seemed so synchronistic, right? I mean, think about it, right? Think about it. Scorpio moon, that's all about death and revealing death. And so my little girl died that night in my bed, and I did the best I could for her. She was 4 months old, and she made me laugh. What can I say? I like it when I laugh. Okay? I like to laugh. Anyway. So I was mourning and grieving yesterday, and I was listening to a tarot card reading. And I hadn't heard of Moeleck for a long, long time. And in that tarot card reading, they said he was waving at me. He is the god of child sacrifice, and it's even worse. Now we're going to talk about Bohemian Grove, but first I'm going to roll the dice and see what kind of numbers we got coming up, because Moeleck is the god of Bohemian Grove, and as silent as they do keep Bohemian Grove, it exists, and I am ready to expose it to everybody. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the powers of the world leaders and the elites and who their God is. World leaders, presidents, business leaders, all around the world, we're going to talk about their God. Okay? You ready? Let's do this. If you're still here, please like, share, subscribe. This demon, I will not label him a god. He is not a god. He's never ascended above the earth. So therefore he can't be a god, because you got to be light and dark to be a god. He's a demon. Demons are nothing but weak and creatures that fear their own demise or their own exposure. We have Aries. We have Uranus, and we have 7. The fire of the expansion of spirituality. And we all need to get fired up about this, because this is our problem. Now, with that being said, why is it our problem? Because the world leaders worship a demon that requires a child sacrifice. And they go to this place for 21 days at the end of July towards the 1st of August, okay? I haven't looked up what planets are in sync during that time to find out why that's the time they go. But 21 is sacred number and 3 is the sacred number. So, that being said, as they're there on that 1,000 acres of land that is stocked with exotic animals from around the world that they go in and hunt and kill. My intuition said they're killing the babies. Not all of them, because then they wouldn't have none to go to each year. But they're killing the babies. And the tarot card reading was talking about kitchen witches. And so, you know, that'd be preparing sacrifice for the children. This is my intuition talking. But I've been watching these people and I've been studying this for over 33 years. Why is the world the way it is? Who runs the world? Inch by inch by inch. Now we're Dorothy, and we're getting ready to go behind the black curtain, and we're going to expose that which is there, that has been against us, has turned us into slaves, and has brought suffering through our children, and with our children, and over children. Pull an archetype. The hunter. We are the hunters. And we hunt down these demons and we expose them. And really and truly, it's every man's job to watch out for his neighbor. Many of us don't even know that these things are going on. I have been looking into it for a while and then got off track and forgot that I was looking into it. And then my daughter, baby girl, puppy, died yesterday. And I call her my daughter because I consider myself the Mother Earth. And every child on it I love, from the teeniest organisms all the way up to the biggest creatures that fly through the air. There ain't one. I don't hate snakes. I don't hate nothing. But I hate a demon that would take the life of a child. Now that's worth hating. That right there. So we got the hunter. God's telling us we all need to hunt for those hidden demons who are working against us, because they don't have power or they wouldn't be hiding. Right? If they had power, they wouldn't hide. Right? And what kind of power are you going to get off of a child sacrifice? A child ain't got no power. It don't have no mental power. It don't have no heart power. It don't have no willpower. A child is innocence. And a vile creature is not allowed to touch the innocent, because God takes it immediately. So no matter how many children they sacrifice, all the energy they get is off the suffering of the parents. Hence war. Hence, making all kinds of different classes so that the people, kind of lose their mind and go nuts. The poor, the poorest of the poor, stressed out, sick, stress after stress comes sickness. No fear, God says. Have no fear over these. Have no fear. Have no fear. But they need to be known. It needs to be known. And we need to hunt out and outcast those demons that are in our life and that are ruling the world. Come here, baby. This is Wong. He was Aura's twin brother. They were born on the 26th of May during Gemini season. Yes, he's a Gemini. Yes. Yes. And he misses his sister so much because he don't have nobody to play with or to make him laugh. And of course, we're all in mourning. You know, Daffy's in mourning, I'm in mourning, he's in mourning, and it's really, really sad. And she was only 4 months old. And so you can see, as I say, there was no reason that she should have, you know, passed on, because she was well loved, well taken care of. And isn't it funny how evil works that way? Oh, it was pure evil. Pure evil. And now I want to bring attention out to the hunters, you people, about this creature that they worship. Oh, they're not Christians. They're not even nowhere near Christ. Most Christians ain't Christ. They just tag a label on. I'm sorry, I know more people are going to leave. Bye-bye, I don't care. I'm not a Christian. I am a multi-dimensional. I got a little Christ. I got a little Buddha. I got me a little bit of Hindu. I put me a little spice in my religion, in my spirituality. I accepted the whole thing. Whoa. Friggin' parting it out here and parting it out there while we're all busy fighting each other. Our leaders are working on ways to make suffering and power struggles throughout the world, which shouldn't be no power struggles, because there is no lack. There's enough for all of us to have. I gotta move this. I'm sorry. I'm really, really, bamboozled. So for 3 weeks every year, the elites go to this Bohemian Grove, 1,000 miles of land in California, and hunt down the most rarest and exotic animals to slaughter them for a trophy. And then they all gather around and worship and do a ceremony called, what is the ceremony called? They got a name for it. Oh, the cremation of care. The cremation of care to Moeleck by the top occultists and leaders of the world. And Moeleck only takes child sacrifice. Okay, we got the hunter here. We're going to see what God has to say about this. Holy Spirit of creation, creator of life, who never meant for nothing like this to ever happen. No, that's not our God. No, our God would never think of anything like that. What do you have to say to us, Holy Spirit? I've been putting off this reading for days, but I'm sorry. I've been called to do it. I must do it. Okay. We got the Queen of Fire looking at us. That's right. I claim it. I am a Queen of Fire. I do have a wand. I sent judgment on their heads already. I called judgment on all of the world leaders already. Done that months ago. But I didn't understand what Bohemian Grove was about. So I did another judgment, and I sent judgment over Bohemian Grove with a big, giant, dark cloud of pressure, of thunder and lightning to expose anyone and everything they have done. So get ready, because a lot of information might be coming out about our world leaders who are top occultists, who are a part of helping to create the Matrix and do dark magic illusions and putting so much pressure on the people that they don't have time to see what's going on. We're going to take all 4 of these cards that fell out of the deck. The first one is, take care of yourself and do not fear, because you are protected. We are in spiritual warfare, and spiritual warfare is internal. It's mental. It's emotional. It's fire and passion. And it's a body to use to strike with. No, we're not striking with guns. We're striking with mentality, where we stand up and say, oh, hell to the no. We will not tolerate leaders who worship a God of child sacrifice. How do you sacrifice a child? So many fucking ways. Oh my God. Through rape, through trauma, let's just say through any kind of trauma, that child is sacrificed. So as long as we're all dealing with things that take us out of our comfort zone in order to get into meditation, in order to feel love, they're winning. Now, heaven and earth, God says, first, take care of yourself. That this is about balancing out heaven and earth, and to take our children or do a cremation of care to Moeleck, meaning we don't care about our people, we don't care about our children, is abomination. That's an abomination right in our face. Right in our face. Look, I love you. Don't be afraid of my fire. My fire goes out into the collective consciousness for all to hear. I'm not here to be famous. I'm here to fight. I'm a friggin' warrior. Fame don't mean nothing to me. But getting the battle done and taking care of these demons, that's what I'm doing, and that's my business. I don't need nobody bowing at my friggin' feet. What I need is for the people to pay attention and understand who their overlords are and who their God is. This is me right now. And I hope you guys come into it too. The King of Air, the King of Truth. I hope you look up what I just told you. What God does Bohemian Grove worship? And what do they do at Bohemian Grove? Nobody knows, because nobody's allowed in. It's exclusive to men only, and by invitation only. And the only people invited are world leaders and politicians. Oh, business leaders too, but I'm not talking about small ones. I'm talking about like Elon Musk kind of business leaders. Those who are scheming and scamming all the people's resources so much that they don't even have enough to take a good, decent vacation. And they even want more. But we're not going to give it to them. We got the King of Swords here. We're going to put up our guard. We're going to start watching. We're going to start paying attention to not everybody in the whole world, but to Bohemian Grove, because that's where they're making the power and magic and using a demon god. Our children catches diseases and cancer. That fucking shit shouldn't be. That shit shouldn't be. They've caused it there by building a world that's toxic and polluted. Right in California, right there, my next door neighbor. And we're going to bring attention to it, and we're going to talk about it a lot. So I'm calling out the crones. I'm calling out the mages. I'm calling out those that have the power to speak truth and are not afraid of a demon that uses children for his power. How much power can he have? He don't get no mental energy. He don't get nothing that's going to take him to another place. And let me let you know, God never lets him have a soul. Ever. That's why he's a demon. And we're not afraid of demons. In fact, I'm trying to figure out, well, I done went to war. I walked in there to the grove yesterday in my imagination, and I've thrown that statue to the floor, and I chopped it up into friggin' pieces, and then I put it in a bag, and I hauled it to the center of the earth where the fire of hell burneth. It even prophesizes it in the Bible. I didn't know it till afterwards. And I left his friggin' ass there. mess with my babies. I'm tired of my sacrifices to a damn God that gets his buzz off the death and the suffering of children and families. Claim the crone. She's a force of nature, and she's a force to reckon with. And she's going to stand up for the people and the children. And I am on the spirit of the crone's team. You mess with anything but the children and the animals. Innocence. And again, Queen of Fire. I'm slinging my wand all over the place. You guys sit in your seat. Sit in your seat. Start revealing what's behind that dark curtain. Dorothy did it. I'm doing it. It's time we unveil the Oz. And what we're going to find is a teeny weeny man with a teeny weeny no self-esteem. Thinks controlling the world will make him feel better. And they drop it down from father to son, father to son, father to son. And what are we going to do about it? We're going to investigate, right? We're going to look into it to see if Mama here... Now come on. It's not that hard. I'm asking y'all to look. None of the prophets were liked when they really showed their true self. Have mercy on me in the way I come across, because I'm pretty sharp and to the point. And that's God's creation. So if you can accept me, you can accept what he created to come to this planet to fight for the people. To fight for their right to understand they're sovereign. That you're a child of God, and your inheritance has been stolen by a bunch of child murderers who worship a God that believes in war, because every time you send your kid, you feed him. Every time an immature child of age dies, that's his prize. Man, disease is horrible these days amongst the children. Everything. We've got to take a look and find out what is going on. Okay, I didn't pull symbols today or charms because I didn't feel very charmed today. I love you guys. If you're still with me, please like, subscribe, share. I love y'all. Help me to help us clear this world of the 7 deadly demons that have been leading the people, the energies. Some call them demons, some call them energies, some call them spirits, some call them whatever, but they exist. And we at this time, bringing in the new world, are going to bring in the new world that's good for all, not a new world that's good for them. No. Our world is for all. Look at this. Sagittarius, the fire, the centaur, and we've got the crone, the Mother Earth crone. Yeah. We have got to stand up for our little patch of grass on this planet. And make sure we take good care of her and all the children with all the love in our hearts. I dedicate this show to Aura and to my daughter Anne Marie, whom I had a beef with, Moeleck anyway, because when I swore as a dumb-ass 16-year-old girl on my child's life that I wouldn't smoke pot, how friggin' innocent, my daughter died that very night. This God has been watching me. This demon has been watching me. Moon Circle Sisters. Yeah. The sisters, the 7 sisters, the Pleiades. Yes, I love the Pleiades, although I can't see them anymore. The 7 sisters that protect the sister that walk on the planet. You know, I don't even know where I come from, but I know I'm not, you know, I mean, I've been coming here often, a lot of lifetimes. But, like, I don't know where I come from. I saw my soul. She's a pretty badass bitch. She's big. She walks through the Milky Ways. She steps on stars to move along. Stars are just a footpad for her. Yeah. And the Pleiades, there's 8, you know, but 1 is almost invisible. And I believe, according to the story, 1 had been kidnapped by another god and taken and brought to this earth to be his wife or something. I'm not sure, I can't say. But we are all joining together. We're not going to allow all men to make decisions and to cast spells of sorcery out across the land through the suffering and pain of children. I'm asking you to investigate this incident, and please get back with me. I love you guys, okay? We're going to pull a card, and this is not the end. We're going to be talking about this again. Bohemian Grove in California. Their god, Moeleck. Ask. It's on Google. It'll even tell you the ceremonies they do. What the fuck? I'm sorry. This video isn't for children. This video isn't for children. I never make a video for children. And look, if you get offended at me being upset over a bunch of asshole men that do rituals and rites to a god that don't care, and uses children as his sacrifice, then you don't belong on this show anyway. Success. This tells me that what I've been saying to you is true. Now I'm calling on the demon fighters. Can you hang? Can you fight? Can you stand? Are you fearless? That's all they feed off of is fear. What do you think they get from children? Fear. Yeah. They feed off fear. And then they use that to push it out over the population. Isn't that horrible? It's the most disgusting thing I have ever thought of. And if I have thought of it, then it probably is real. Because I'm not a disgusting thinker. I like to think of flowers and hummingbirds and babies running through the field. That's my prime thoughts. But if I've got to be moved over here to be a demon slayer again in this part of my lifetime, of which I already spent several years of that, several years past, I'll do it. I'll slay him. 2 of 1, making choices. We all have choices. I choose to fight for this world and the children on it. I am asking you to investigate, and I'm asking you to not be afraid. I'm asking you to please not to report, but to respond back to me what you think of what I'm saying. And I am here if anybody needs anybody. I call protection over all through the power of the Holy Spirit that leads and guides and directs me. I pray for protection over all. And now I ask you to call and pray for protection over all. I pray for protection over the children. And I pray for any spell work to be dissipated through antimatter. Through the power of the Holy Spirit, let the spell work be dissipated and throw the antimatter right on top of it. I love you. I know a lot of people are going through hell at this time. 10 of Wands. The end of this shit. Look at that. Death. Death to Moeleck. Death to the demon. Cut his friggin' head off. and grow a new world out of the evil that he created. We will turn it into a new tree, a new world. Like I say, I threw him in the furnace in the center of the earth, and in my mind's eye, that's exactly what happened. God walked me right in there and threw his ass in there to burn, cut in many pieces, just like Osiris. You know, over my education of looking through and researching the Bible, I have begun to think that Set was a judge, and that's why they didn't like him. So was Cain, judge of the gods. Hermit. Not a lot of people take the position to judge the gods. But for some reason, I felt that it was my duty to do so. But I have seen my soul. She walks through the Milky Way. She's a celestial farm girl. She uses stars as stepping stones. And she's got the power to destroy these mofos. With that being said, hermit up, guys. Start investigating. If you have ever any interest whatsoever, please contact me. I love you guys. Let's destroy those that would destroy our children and our family life on this world and bring suffering and slavery and entitlement to the few and use the many to be rich. I love you guys. Now look, I know I'm a little fierce sometimes, but I am a love bug too. I can love just as much as I can not love. But when it comes to the people and the children, I turn into a monster. And I like to gobble up those demons and turn them into poo-poo. With that being said, I love you guys. Again, please like, share, subscribe. We will talk more about this later. I don't know when, because I'll be in a battle right now. Oh, let's see. Yeah, what? Oh, shit. 5 of Wands. See? Told you I'm in a battle right now. I will see y'all soon. Look up and see what I said. Ace of Cups. Love to you guys. Love. I love y'all. I love this planet and all the living things on it. And I will fight for it without fear. I'll be fearless. Because why fear? I know who is with me, the God Most High, the Mother of Creation. She walks on stars as stepping stones. That's how big I've seen her. She showed herself to me. Okay, that being said, I know I love y'all. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.